What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Weapon Collective. My name's Jeff, and I've got something I'm really excited about today. So if you saw the video I just posted on the Infinities from the Gat Cave, that was a very exciting video for me to film, just handling this new Infinity, this bone crusher. And today I'm actually gonna put some rounds through them. So this is the only Infinity I've ever shot. This is the Infinity IED. I love this gun. I don't shoot it a tremendous amount, but I do really enjoy it. It's a 4.5-inch pistol with that sight tracker barrel, and just half amazing firearm, half amazing piece of artistic craftsmanship. That's kind of how I sum up Infinity. And so I had this for a couple years, and then I just picked up this Infinity bone crusher, which this thing is crazy. I love it. It has this big, huge cheek buster on there. And it's funny, I said this in the other video, but just in case you haven't, Infinity is one of those companies that they do something like this, you know, and if some other gun company did this, put this cheek buster on their gun, I would look at it and be like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And then Infinity does it, and I'm like, ooh, I like that. That's slick. So I don't know, Infinity is unique enough, creative enough, and just kind of out of the box enough that they can come up with something like this that's so radically different. It's such a departure that I think it works just amazingly well. You take the whole gun into question here, and it just works. It's crazy. I love it. And the big bonus of this gun compared to this one is ported. So shooting, I've never shot a ported Infinity, and this one having ports and then the weight of that cheek buster out front, I think this gun should shoot really well, and I'm interested to check that out. And the machining on these things is just ridiculous. Everything about them is just so unique and so out of the box that I love this gun. I'm very thrilled with just the overall aesthetic of this thing. And if it shoots half as good as it looks, I am in for a treat. But let's see, really, I expect this to shoot amazingly well, because this one does, and this one has some added shooting benefits. So other than the cheek buster and the ports and minor aesthetics, these are pretty much the exact same gun. I'm excited to get to it. Let's go put some rounds through both of these. I'm going to start with this, just get the feel for the Infinity with no ports, as I call, just naturally aspirated, and then we'll move on to the bone crusher and see how those ports and that cheek buster really affect the shooting performance of the pistol. So let's do it. Okay, so I'm going to start out with the Infinity IED. This is a pistol I've had for a couple years, and I did say that these pistols are almost identical minus the porting and the cheek buster. There is one other subtle difference. This one does have ambi thumb safeties. The bone crusher is not. It only has the right side thumb safety. So that is one small difference. But these guns, I haven't shot this a tremendous amount, maybe 1,000 rounds through this over the course of a couple years. But today I'm testing them, kind of just see the difference. But these are never going to be the guns that I am taking to courses and out running and really hard, and really my go-to pistol for, I mean, maybe for, like, you ask me what one of my favorites is, this might qualify, but it's never going to be the go-to take to travel around to go do courses and beat up. I still try to baby them a little bit, but I also shoot them. So let's go start with this guy and have some fun. See where the zero is too. I'm not 100% sure on that. Turn dot on. All right. It's an accurate gun. Feels good. Oh, that one came back with some heat. Through the window. Oh, that one's gone. Oh, that thing shoots really, really nice for being a non-ported, non-comped gun. And a 4.5-inch pistol. Like, I've been shooting almost exclusively over the last year, with the exception of the Cardinal, 5-inch comped and ported pistols, or 4.6 to 5. So this thing's fun. It feels fantastic in the hand, and it's just butter smooth. Really nice. I mean, the muzzle rise, obvious for a 4.5-inch non-ported gun. It's right there, but it is a fast gun. It is a lot of fun. So let's load up some more mags. Yeah, for a non-ported gun, man, that thing got a really nice return. Doesn't make a sound. Oh, trigger on this thing is about as good as it gets. I will say that. So, non-ported, 4.5. This thing is absolute awesome. It's a fantastic gun. Shoots amazingly well. Like Lee, I've said this before too, when it comes to these guns and gun building, there's Infinity and then there's everybody else. Like, this is absolutely fantastic shooting gun. Let's see how the ported cheek buster does on that bone crusher. 'Cause this thing's sweet. All right, so that was a real quick kind of just initial feel of a gun that I've owned for a few years, but haven't shot really that much recently. And that was the IED from Infinity, very similar to this gun. It's a remarkable shooting gun. It's great. But now we're moving on to the bone crusher. So, I mean, aesthetically, I think this thing's cooler looking, even without the cheek buster on it. I just like the little skulls, and I like the kind of style that Infinity has, particularly on this gun. But the ports, I'm very excited about. And hopefully this thing, these are significant. They're small little square ports, which is unique as well. I've never seen ports like this. Never shot a ported Infinity, so I can't even wait. I'm gonna quit talking. Let's get to it. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to zero this. Never been zeroed. So I got a little too excited to shoot this gun, put the cart before the horse, and forgot that I hadn't even ever zeroed it. So I had to zero it. It would have been nice if it was one of those guns, because you get those sometimes that you drop an optic on it and it's right there. So my very first shots aren't wasted on feeling it as I zero it. But things being what they are, felt good. But now there's always some difference between zeroing and actually shooting in the real world. So let's start with some double taps. Ooh, that feels fantastic. Man, I like that. I could do that all day, but go through too much ammo. Let's. See if I can get him through the window. Yeah. I don't think these are locking back. I don't know if it's the magazine though. Yeah, it doesn't want to lock back, which I don't know if that's the magazine. Maybe, I don't know. I didn't order this gun, so I don't know the specifics of it, but it feels fantastic. So let's go shoot a little more over here, and then let's take them both back to 100, because these are definitely accurate guns. Let's see how they do at 100. But first, I want to do some more of that. Nail. Oh. Feels amazing. It's just not locking back. Oh, that thing's sweet. I like that a lot. You can definitely feel the weight of that cheek buster, keeping that down, working with the ports, and a lot of freaking fun to shoot this thing. I hate to even get it all dirty, but hey, it's a gun, right? So it's sweet. I like it. The steel grip, steel frame feels fantastic. Only issue is it's just not locking back. I can't get it to lock back. This is a locking back magazine. So I don't know, maybe that'll break in. Maybe it's something that I need to look into, but not a huge issue. I will say these get pretty toasty though, right there. Whew, that's hot. But I love how low this optic sits. This is one of the lowest sitting SROs I've ever seen. And just the detail, thought, everything that Infinity puts into the guns, that is awesome. So I wish it locked back. I wish it had an ambi thumb safety just for the look. I think it just makes it look incomplete not having one, but those are minor nitpicky little things. So let's go back to 100 and see how this thing feels at distance. All right, so moved back to 100. This has kind of become one of the fun little things that I like to do in the videos. We have relatively big targets out there at 100, and these guns, just the tolerances, everything on these is tight, so they should be very accurate. I know zeroing it, it sure was. So let's see what it does at 100. We're starting with the IED. Well, tried to go a little fast there in the middle, but that is definitely an accurate pistol. Where that, I was just kind of floating it anywhere around the plate, and if I broke the shot at the right time, it made the hit. So that's definitely more accurate than other guns I've had out here, I would say. Easier to make that shot. So let's try the Bone Crusher. So gonna try the Bone Crusher, and just a little tidbit, I will say this. The IED, it has a very quick return to zero, familiar recoil impulse, and it's just right back on track. And the Bone Crusher has a little different kind of path return to zero. It's a little different. I'm getting used to it. So let's see. It shoots softer hands down, but just a little different recoil impulse that I'm a little bit foreign to. Whoa. Oh, tried to go fast there. All right, so just did kind of a real quick shooting. It'll probably just be a montage of shooting these two Infinities. Now, as I said, these are never gonna be the guns that are like the go-to gun that I'm taking to the course. But these are always gonna be one of the prized possessions in the 2011 collection. I mean, I just keep saying it. Infinity is a brand all to itself. They do things just so out of the box, so different. And that being said, they shoot phenomenally well. So this is the one, the IED, that I've had for a couple years. And this one is a more familiar recoil impulse. Real quick return to zero, not ported, just has this sight tracker barrel, and just, you know, very familiar, quick, responsive. And I can shoot this thing maybe even a little better than I can shoot this, because this thing is new and it definitely shoots softer. I like this thing a lot. It's just gonna take a few more reps. It has a little unfamiliar recoil impulse with this cheek, the weight of that cheek buster and the ports. I think it's doing a movement that is a little foreign to me. So it isn't as predictable yet, but it'll get there. And man, I just love this gun, everything about it, except for what I've mentioned. It isn't locking back, and I think that this might just require a little break-in. This is a very stiff slide stop in there right now, so the magazine spring might not have enough oomph to push it up. But I'm assuming, I don't know, I'll pop that out and look. But I think maybe just breaking it in over time, that'll loosen up. And then I would like it to have ambi, just to make the gun more complete looking. But man, I am very impressed with this gun. As I mentioned, how low this SRO sits, the way, just the whole just form factor on this gun, the way that that optic mount kind of flares out and it sits on its own little kind of stand right there. I think this is just amazing. All the way they do their ports, the cheek buster, the steel grip, and just the fit and finish with this main spring housing, the way it works into that beaver tail. And that's something Infinity does too that I didn't mention yet. They don't have a grip safety, which I'm a huge fan of. I hate grip safeties. One thing I would like is, I love their mag wells, but they're just narrow enough that they can't fit magazines like this with the base plate. It just doesn't quite fit with their mag well. I would like it if it did. I just have, I have a ton of these mags and it would be nice to use them. Running the Atlas mags works. I did mention my thoughts on the Infinity magazines in my video yesterday. So if you see that, you'll know how I feel about that. And everything else is just super, super cool. I like these guns a lot. So was very happy to get it out and shoot for the first time. You'll probably be seeing these guns a lot more on the channel in little chunks, doing things, because they're never going to be the go roll in the dirt, beat 'em up guns, but they're going to be on the channel quite a bit because I like these things. And I think there's going to be one more Infinity coming, but that'll take another 7 months or so. And so stay tuned for all the Infinity content, everything else with the 2011s. always going to be creating more stuff. So please comment, like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. I'm Jeff for the Weapon Collective, reminding you, keep your weapons collected and keep collecting your weapons. I'll catch you next time.